Minibus with Mary and Captain and you. Get on the bus!
Are you ready, Captain?
So we're on the road again, and we should be in Amarillo, Texas by tonight. It's supposed to be a lot warmer there. Well, hopefully we're going to find a good little roadside adventure of some kind. Oh wow, there's snow.
In the living room, in the sitting room, I will wait for you in the hollow of your view. Like a darkened glass, oh the devil's past, and he is waiting fast to set his own trap too.
We're on I-40, parallel to old Route 66, which I have to admit, I have never done like the whole Route 66 thing myself, but so different than what I thought. You know, you see videos and pictures and it seems like it's just like vintagey, kitschy kind of motels and, you know, postcardy kind of places. And yeah, a lot of them are closed down and abandoned, but they're still cute. But around here, it just looks like ruins, you know, and there's actually two ghost towns, at least two, between Santa Rosa and Tucumcari. We definitely will pass them today, whether we even notice them to stop. There's so much abandoned property around here, it's hard to even know what's a ghost town.
In any kind of way, what did the spirit say? What did the spirit do beneath the waning crescent moon? When you were in the yard, you would work so hard, one thing to impart, one secret set for you.
I'm on this side road that I guess is Route 66. I spotted something from the freeway. I saw this little church, like this little white church. It had a big bell on it, and yeah, I'm trying to find the church. I've come into this little town, or this is probably one of the ghost towns, because it's, you know, it used to be a town. You know what? I think this is Montoya. Yeah, this is about the right place for it. I saw this, I did a little bit of reading about this place last night. I still don't see the church though. Oh, here's the cemetery.
You're shaking him, you shake your fact you know. Moon wrestler, so come and wrestle her, and see the shaking turn to taking it.
I would love to go in there and shoot footage of all these gravestones, because some of them are really super old and some of them are just weird, you know, like for example, there's an iron table frame in there, I think, that's marking a grave, like a table without the glass top. And there's some other ones that are just sort of like hacks and just really interesting handmade kind of stuff. But the thing is, there's barbed wire, there's a cattle gate, and I saw a blog full of pictures of this place from 2018, and there was no barbed wire and there was no cattle gate, and that tells me that somebody has felt the need to set up like a perimeter of protection around this place, probably because people were going in there and taking things off the graves, you know. And so I'm gonna stay out here. I don't want to be part of the problem, you know what I mean?
Okay, I need to find this church. I need to find it.
What is it with me in churches?
It's a ghost town, right? It's dead. But the place that's going to be the most alive there, well, two places really, and this is going to sound weird, but the cemetery and the church. Those are the places that to me are the most alive, because they're carrying the story. They're carrying the story of the place, you know? I mean, the church, probably weddings, christenings, funerals, whatever, all kinds of things happen there, you know? And the cemetery, well, we know what happens there, and I don't know. I've driven all the way to the end here, and yeah, there's no road. There are these underpasses that kind of look like storm drains, but that's not going in the right direction. So I know that's not going to take me to the church. And this area just gets narrower and narrower, so there's not a road here. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to try one more time.
While we're looking for it, I'm going to tell you everything I read about Montoya. Lucky you.
It started out in 1901, and it was originally called Roundtree, which was the name of the guy that ran the post office. So he probably just named it after himself because he was in charge of mail. But then they decided to name it Montoya after an early settler, like a wealthy early settler and his family. Montoya became a real center for freight loading for the railroads, in particular cattle loading. That was big business. The place was popular. A lot of people lived here. In 1908, a guy named R.W. Richardson moved to Montoya from Missouri and opened a store called the Richardson Store.
At first, the store just served the local population, but then after Route 66 came in the 1920s, things just kind of really blew up.
People who were traveling from Tucumcari to Santa Rosa, Montoya was right between the two, so that would be the stopping point between the two places. Everything was great until I-40 came along in the 1950s. That changed everything because you could get from Tucumcari to Santa Rosa so quickly that there wasn't really a need to stop in the middle, and Montoya just kind of got passed by. So it gradually declined, and the homesteaders all sold their property to ranches and stuff like that, and it just slowly, everything closed down. The Richardson store closed in the 70s, and it closed with all the merchandise right on the shelves. Nothing's there now, of course, but the roof caved in 2014. I've heard that somebody still lives in Montoya, but I don't know who or where, or, you know, maybe there's multiple people, I don't really know. Somebody lives there, that's what they say. Oh, wait, okay, I see it. I see the church. Okay, it's over there. It's by the freeway. Hang on, I'm going to zoom in. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, it's over there. I can see it from here. I can't see how you get there, but I can see it. I mean, that looks like a driveway, but I think that might be a road. I got to turn around and hit that again. So this road is almost invisible. It's amazing. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is a driveway. There's no trespassing signs. There it is. I found it. I gotta check this out. St. Joan of Arc Church in memory of Cirilio Martinez. I have to look him up.
I think those are barn swallow nests. I found Cirilio Martinez in the 1940 census, living here in Montoya with his wife and kids, including a son, also named Cirilio Martinez. Not sure which one is on the church, but I'm going to say it's probably Dad. I also don't know which one is listed as number 106 on the all-time poker money database for New Mexico. Okay, Skoolie Scouts, I have a question for you, especially if you live in New Mexico. Do you know who lives here in Montoya? Because someone does. Okay, I saw some truck tracks that I think are pretty new, and there was also a spot where there's oil pooled that, you know, it has to be fairly new. So whoever you are, your truck has an oil leak, but you probably know that already. If you know who lives in Montoya, New Mexico, or if you are that person especially, please drop me a note in the comments because I would love to know more about this place. And of course it goes without saying, though of course I'm going to say it, if any of you know anything more about Montoya, New Mexico, I would love it if you put it in the comments because I really like to learn everything I can once I find a place, sort of adopt it for my own. That's how I ended up making 5 videos about Nantucket. Oh, you want to watch one? Oh, okay. There's one right there. I'll see you on island.
Turn left onto historic Route 66.